gonna talk food, specifically where we get it. So we figured what better place to start than our neighborhood Colmado.
So a Colmado is like a convenience store, so it's where you do everything from buying your basic food staples or even just playing dominoes and acting as a hangout spot.
You'd be hard pressed to find a street in this country that doesn't have at least one. To give you an idea, our town of 1,000 people has 7, I believe. So we're gonna give you a little tour of our local Colmado here that's owned by our friends Vado and Bullet. And Laura's gonna give us a little behind the scenes tour here.
So your Dominican staples are gonna be your rice, these big sacks in the trash can, beans over here. Then you've got sugar in the other trash can.
Lots of sugar. Brown sugar, white sugar.
And then salami over here, fried salami.
Salami, sí.
Very typical breakfast.
These are some of the vegetables that you might find readily available in a Colmado.
Over here you've got your bread.
Plenty of bread. A few canned items available.
And lots of oil for frying.
Spices, seasoning, butter, just pretty much any type of packaged food that you would find in a typical Dominican meal.
So the next place we get our food, or really where our food comes to us, is by way of Produce Guagua. So it's basically a pickup truck that has a bunch of fresh produce from local farms around the area, and they drive through town selling their vegetables. There's not a schedule, you just have to listen for them.
And when she says listen for them, it's because they literally just strap a bullhorn to the roof of the truck and yell whatever produce they're carrying that day. They always have a hearty selection of víveres, which are like starchy root vegetables, which we'll definitely talk more about. And aside from that, you can usually get tomatoes, carrots, cabbage, onions, all pretty reliably. And then whatever else is in season, like avocado season starting right now, so that's exciting.
Yeah. So things like broccoli or red bell peppers would be, they're more rare, so we get really excited when we're able to find those.
Vegetables.
And so this method works really well here because most families have someone at home, typically the mom or the grandma, who's around the house all day. So for us, we've had to sort of figure it out because we're not at the house all day because we're both, out working. But it is amazing to have fresh, farm to table delivered straight to your door. So there's no complaints about that.
So that's like produce. As far as meat goes, locally here in the campo, we have pretty readily available chicken and pork. Our friend Jose Ito has a chicken butcher shop that's open every morning from like 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Más o menos. And then they butcher a pig every Tuesday and Saturday, so we can get pork those days to mix it up a little bit.
And it's definitely been an adjustment having to watch our meat get butchered right in front of us, because I'm really squeamish when it comes to that. But I really don't think it's that bad of a thing for us to see where our meat comes from if we're going to be eating it. And so there are supermarkets in the bigger towns and cities where we could get more processed things, just more variety, imported goods, if we want them. But we do have to be conscientious of what we buy because we will be carrying all of our purchases back across several modes of public transportation, including probably some walking and hitchhiking portions. So we have to be conscientious of what we're buying and how it will travel, and can we physically carry it all. And we used to really stock up when we would pass through bigger cities with these supermarket goods, but we really don't anymore. We've grown really accustomed and love our diet and the way we get our food in the campo. So we definitely don't stock up like we used to.
And it's fresher if you start to learn the schedule of the guaguas coming through. It's more convenient. It's definitely a whole lot cheaper doing it that way.
Yeah.
I guess we're adapting. Mm-hmm. We haven't mentioned restaurants, and I guess because that's become so much smaller of a part of our lives here. Restaurants in the American sense don't really exist, at least not here in the campo. There are a few food options if we get desperate. Fifi fries.
Desperate meaning we don't want to cook.
Yes. Fifi fries chicken almost every night. She's got a little fried chicken shack. There are a couple of cafeterias, which is like a little stand that'll do like hot pressed salami and cheese sandwiches and like good fresh juice, and you can get potato chips and stuff.
And then the last option would be a comedor, which is your typical Dominican doña cooking over an open fire. Very typical Dominican dishes. She's got a few tables and chairs outside under a tarp. But really, by far, our favorite method, if we're not going to cook at home, is to just go visit a neighbor. And I mean, the culture here is so generous and inviting. If someone's eating or about to eat, you will definitely be offered food. So that's always nice when we don't have to cook.
Generally, if you're walking down the street at lunchtime, you'll get at least a few invitations to come in and eat. And
it's awesome.
There's so many great cooks in the Campo. I think that's a big part of the reason why there aren't a whole lot of restaurants. Yeah, we do definitely miss the convenience of restaurants a lot. I don't think we realized quite how much we leaned on that as an option to just be able to like grab takeout on the way home or go out to eat if we didn't want to cook and clean that night.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we cooked almost every meal back home, and then when we got here and we couldn't eat out, I was shocked at how much it really buffered our diet.
That was one of the hardest adjustments food-wise. It was a tough adjustment food-wise of getting used to not having the convenience of just like a pantry full of processed snacks or a restaurant to stop at the way home.
But it's really made us better cooks. I mean, given the variable schedules, a lot of times we'll be ready to eat and we can't go buy what we need because the store is closed or the guagua didn't come by selling the food, and so we just have to cook with whatever we have, and it's really just made us way better cooks.
More resourceful for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little bit about where we get our food here in the Campo, and we're gonna do another post shortly because this has been long enough to talk more about some of our favorite dishes and the cuisine here.
Thanks for listening.
Yep.
Yeah. Mira. Mira. Say hi. Say hi. This is your Garfield pose. Yeah.